Fear. Just the very word scares us. Horror movies, ghost stories, the evening news. Fear is all around us. The amusement park and Halloween industry thrive on people's enjoyment of fear. But for others, fear can paralyze and place great limits on living a fulfilled life. Fear is about imminent danger or concern for a future unpleasant event. Fear is an emotion that responds to a threatening situation. It may surprise you to know that fear is not necessarily your enemy. In small doses, fear may get you to focus your mind and be the voice of reason and caution. Thus, there is a healthy fear and an unhealthy fear. Animals have built-in defense mechanisms to respond to threats. An animal does not choose to be fearful. It is their instinct that warrants whether or not they are fearful. People are similar, but also have the unique ability to rationalize, so we can choose to fear or not to fear. Though fear and anxiety are provoked by danger, fear arises out of a real experience, while anxiety permeates from a non-specific concern or threat. Phobia is a persistent, abnormal, and irrational fear of a specific thing or a situation that compels one to avoid it. In short, a phobia is a fear of a fear, and is likely the result of a learned response. Panic attacks are periods of intense fear or apprehension whose episode begins quickly and can last from minutes to hours. Let's take a look at how all this works. What is universal, crossing all cultures, is the fear of strangers and the fear of separation or abandonment. People can develop fears and phobias towards certain things if they associate it with a traumatic experience in their childhood, or can even develop it secondhand by watching a parent or adult figure display a great fear and panic in certain situations. Many of our present fears, based on genetics and environment, emerge by distorting ways we look at ourselves and the world around us, or delusions. The problem is that most people cling to their fears because they think it's part of who they are, when actually, your thoughts allow fear to manifest. Fearful thoughts are created to keep you safe. They are not wisdom or truth. They are about cannot and do not that limits you, which is why it is so important to examine what you think. An experiment was done on monkeys by introducing them to snakes in order to observe their response to them. They soon learned that monkeys didn't fear the snakes. They brought in another monkey, then suddenly amplified shocking noise each time the snake appeared. The result, the monkey developed a fear of snakes. Imagine walking down a dark street. Now let's walk down the same street, but change the music. Walking down a dark street can be a pleasant or unpleasant experience based on perceived dangers, real or imagined. And remember, our minds can easily manufacture a threat. The goal is not to get rid of fear. It is a tool that can do good. The goal is to first acknowledge our fears and phobias, then learn to reduce and eventually eliminate these delusions. Fear is the physical sensation felt when you have a sense something bad is about to happen. It can be divided into two stages: biochemical reaction and emotional response. Biochemical reaction is universal. It's a fight or flight response to a real or perceived threat. Either the body prepares itself for combat or runs away. Your pupils will dilate to let more light in. There will be a tightening of muscles. You may sweat. Your heart rate may increase. Your breathing may become more rapid. Your adrenal glands may produce enormous amounts of adrenaline. You may freeze in terror or run to escape the immediate danger. Emotional response is personalized. Some people are thrill seekers that thrive on extreme sports and situations, whereas others have a negative reaction to the feeling of fear and avoid fear-inducing situations at all costs.